personal protection order, which is often abbreviated as a PPO, is certainly something you can get, and you can get it even if it's against your ex-husband, your ex-wife, because the PPO statute allows you to get it not based on who it is, but based on whether you are the victim of threats or violence, or harassment, or stalking. These are the kind of things that the PPO statute is set up for. You can get a personal protection order, whether it's your ex, whether it's an ex-spouse, or just a person that you had a relationship with, or a person you didn't have a relationship with who's nonetheless threatening you, harassing you, maybe someone from work, maybe an ex-employee, who knows. You can get a PPO against that person. Now, you have to get it from the court, which means you have to go to court and demonstrate by some proof that you're being stalked, you're being harassed, you're being threatened. And there's all sorts of proofs that you can bring about to show that. You may have proof from your Ring doorbell, which shows a person banging on your door like a lunatic. You may have texts. You may have email. There may be other forms of electronic or other communication where a person is threatening you or demonstrating to someone else that they're going to commit an act of violence or an act of harassment or stalking or threats to you. You can use this as proof to the court of why you need a personal protection order. Now, a lot of times the court realizes that there are two sides to every story. Every coin has a head and a tail. So there's always an opportunity to hear from the other side. The court might grant a personal protection order without the other side even knowing about it. But if it does, there's going to be a hearing. If there's an ex parte granting of a personal protection order, the court will set up a time for the other side to have an opportunity to be heard. And if you got a PPO and there's a hearing coming up, you better show up and you better tell the court, look, this PPO that you entered is wrong. I never stalked this person. I never did this. This is just an effort made against me for some ulterior motive. What might the motive be? Well, let's say you're in a custody battle. The other side doesn't want you to have custody of your kids, so they get a PPO so you can't come to the house. Well, that's going to inhibit your ability to see your child. Maybe that's the motive. There could be another motive. There could be a revenge motive. You know, when you have a PPO, sometimes there's certain things you can't do. For example, somebody who for work, let's say, holds a firearm. It may be that if there's a PPO against them, they're not allowed to have that firearm on them. So the PPO may inhibit their ability to carry. And that could, hurt their job. So there are different motives and there are different things that go along with the PPO, which may be the reason and the motive why somebody's asking for the PPO. So the court needs to know this. So it's very important if you get a PPO that you take appropriate steps to deal with it. So can you get a PPO on your ex? You certainly can. And there are rules and regulations about what to do once you get it.
248